welcome to our YouTube channel, Frida Lavos channel. Subscribe, share, likes, and remember to click the bell down there for more updates. You'll be notified whenever a new episode or something comes up. So today's channel is very interesting. I'm gonna talk about how I changed from a high school teacher in Kenya to USA nurse. Actually, before I relocated to US, I was a high school teacher teaching biology and math. And before I became a teacher, I remember it was in Form 3. Remember, when you have your dreams and it's like, I want to be this and this. I had two things in my mind. I wanted first to be a high school teacher to teach science or to be a nurse. And guess what? I became a teacher in Kenya. So I taught biology, I taught math for 3 good years. And then luck came by, I met my husband and we relocated to US. And in US, I had to change from teaching into a nurse. But one thing I want to let you know, when we came in US, there was a culture shock. Oh my God. You see how Kenya, we are used to community life. You see people all over and all that. In US, it's totally different. It was a culture shock. It was like a desert of people. It was so hard, especially for me the first year. And the only thing that kept me busy was just to do exercise the whole year. So after the first year here, I had to go to school to do my nursing degree, and in 3 years I was done with it. And then I started working as a nurse here, and working as a nurse here is quite different. Like, it's not like in Kenya where you work from Monday to Friday. Backtrack first. Before you get to work in US, you have to have a license. In Kenya, I don't know where they do license exams. Here we have to do a license exam that will certify you to work as a nurse. You can graduate with your degree, but without passing that board exam, the license exam, you are useless. So I had to study for that exam, and I'm telling you that exam is not easy. Oh my gosh. Remember sitting for that board exam, is like, the exam has 265 questions that need to be answered in 5 hours. And the way this exam is set up is that the computer gives you questions depending on how you are answering them. And the computer can stop at 75 questions, 100 questions. The maximum it can stop at is around 265 or 260 questions. So I sat for this exam after graduating with my degree, and it was not easy. I remember praying through every question. The first question I had, it was okay. The next question was hard. It became harder and harder and harder. By the time I reached question 74, I had a strong feeling in me that the exam gonna shut me down, or the computer gonna shut me down on question 75, because it was really hard. The more I answered, the more it became harder. Remember, 75 is the minimum you could answer. So I thought, oh, this computer is not tolerating my whatever I'm doing here. So I had a strong feeling when I reached question 75, the computer gonna shut up or shut down on 75. And after 74, I clicked 75. I answered the question, and then waiting to see a next button, I only saw submit. That means I'm done with the exam. Oh my God, that was tough. It's like when I finished answering all the questions, I only knew 2 questions. So I click submit. The computer is done. I'm done with my exam. And it's like, oh my God, I left that exam room like, I ever seen a chicken that has been rained on and looking for shelter? It was so bad. So what I did, I called my husband because wherever we are staying was allowed 2 hours to where I did the exam from where I did the exam from. So I called my husband. My husband by that time he brought me to town and he was just within the town. So I called him and told me come and pick me. And as I was waiting for my husband sitting in the hallway, I looked up. Lord, I trusted you. The exam was so horrible. I only knew 2 questions. Oh, I prayed, and one thing I want to tell you, God is faithful. Even when you don't see what's happening before your eyes, something is happening behind the scene. Because that exam was really, really tough. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was tough. So my husband came, and he drove me from where I did exam. That is 2 hours to where our home was, and I cried. I cried when we got in the house. I just got in the bedroom and I changed my sleepwear. I did not eat dinner, and it was like I was turning into a mad person, a mental issue. It was creeping up in me. So I was so stressed. I was so depressed because I don't know how I performed. So the next day morning, my husband told me, "Can you go to this site? There's a site where if you didn't pass, you're gonna be allowed to re-register for the exam. So you do another time. And if you get a pop-up window that telling you you need to conduct the board of nursing, the one that give license to nurses. If you get that pop-up window, it's a good window. It means that you passed exam. So why do you want to sit for it? So they'll tell you conduct Texas Board of Nursing. I was in Texas, sorry. So I did that, and I logged into the site, entered into my particulars, and the good pop-up window showed up and say you need to conduct your board of nursing for further information. Wow, my anxiety dropped from 1,000,000% to 50%. Imagine I ever had an anxiety from 1,000,000% to 50%. Oh my G. Yes, it did. So that was 9 o'clock, remember. So in the evening of that day, I went to the official website that issued the license, the Board of Nursing, placed in my login information, and boom, my license showed up on the screen. I was so happy. Oh my God. Oh, it was really tense, but I saw the goodness of God. That time I was doing exam. Oh God, the questions were harder and harder. You just actually to use your knowing your reasoning to be able to help to go through, but the questions were hard. The more you answered it, the harder the question will become. The harder. Oh my God, I've heard of people sitting for this exam even 12 times without passing. It's not an easy exam. So I did only 75 questions, and I used almost 3 hours. The whole test it's supposed to be 265 questions, and 5 hours. And for only 75 questions I did, I used almost 3 hours. So, but I prayed through every question, and I want to tell you, God is faithful. So I got my license, and I applied for a job, and working in US as a nurse is also fun. There are different ways you work. You can work 3 hours. Sorry, 3 days a week, and each day is 12 hours. That means you have 4 days off. You can do anything with those 4 days, or you can look for more job if you want. But it was fun. So it's been a journey. So I've been also upgrading in my academic work, just high level of learning. So the next video, I'm gonna talk about just going to school in US, studying in US as a nurse. You're a nurse full time, going to school for another degree full time. It's not easy. So I'm gonna tell you about studying in USA in the next video. Stay tuned. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share. Remember to drop a comment there. Ask questions. Not many of you will have questions. Maybe you want to come to US and be a nurse. I want to tell you this: there's nothing impossible. It all depends with your dream. Hmm? It all depends with the ask or take a move. If you don't take a move, you just remain wherever you are. You have to take a risk. Eh? Be positive that whatever you wanna take will benefit you, and more importantly, remember God. Oh my God, God has been a rock. God has been a rock. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you, my subscriber. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like. Remember to share, and click the bell down there, and you'll be notified if there's anything new coming up. Drop a comment, and we thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in the next video.